With the new Deathy's stream, accidental stream, there has been an influx of new leaks and rumors. Although I have to say that it is better to take all of this with a grain of salt, because it will just lead to unnecessary optimism and it will just lead to disappointment. But I think it is still exciting to think about, like, all these things are happening behind the scenes that we don't know about, right? And again, if this is true, let's take this with a grain of salt. But if it is true, then massive respect to all the players, dude. Like, it is insane, right? Like, it is so hard to actually control sometimes when we are a part of this special group, right? Again, it is so funny to think about that a closed beta has a secret closed beta, and that is really funny. But yeah, really massive respects if this is true. That the players, again, this was all leaked because of an accidental live stream from a big live streamer, right? So till then no one was actually talking about it, which is insane to think about. So yeah, really huge respect for all the closed secret beta that is going around, if that is true. But even if it is not, then again, I'm not really concerned. I think Valve has planned really awesome things with Deadlock. And yeah, let's actually talk about it. Again, if you have anything that you actually know about, maybe rumors or leaks, anything, again, it can just be for fun, right? So if you have anything that you want to talk about Deadlock, or the future features that you are expecting, then please tell me about it in the comments below. I think others would also be really excited to know about it. So this is the first official concept art that was released. And again, it was released in 2024. And here we can actually see that this is the mid boss temple. And this was actually added recently with a big map update, right? So again, it is really exciting to see that this concept art is slowly becoming reality. With all, again, this looks gorgeous, honestly. There is a lot of population, a lot more crowded, and it feels really lively. And I'm really excited what the final map is going to look like. And again, the entire theme of having this noir aspect with cults and supernatural elements, that feels really, really exciting. Again, Deadlock can actually, like, Valve can add eldritch horror to this. Like, they can add a hero which is really eldritch horror. I mean, they don't need to be a hero, they can be villain basically, and it will look really, really cool. So again, thinking about the potential of Deadlock is like, it is making me really happy. So the main thing why I think Deadlock is different from other MOBAs, right? Like, it has to be different for it to be successful, right? And the main thing, what I think Deadlock is doing different is, of course, it is a lot more simpler. Like, it is not completely simple, like, it is semi-simple MOBA. And the biggest thing is the abilities and the UI. Like, they are so much more simpler. Like, just looking at this ability, we can understand what even it does, with all the description and like each upgrade, what it does and what it even adds to the gameplay. It is a lot more simple to understand and to actually plan, right? And honestly, like, in lockdown, the biggest game boom that I have seen around my circle was Valorant. I mean, of course, it has to be MOBA, right? Like League of Legends or Dota, because they are absolutely massive when compared to the player numbers. But they were not. And I think the newer generations really like having control of the character and having the auto attack ability. Again, I know that it is still League of Legends and Dota are really massive, but I still think the newer generation and the future generation are really liking the third person aspect. And that is what Deadlock is trying to close a gap between MOBA and third person aspect. And again, they are almost nailing the aspect, that entire system basically. And yeah, the abilities are really simpler, the UI is simple, but there are more complex elements. Like, the first thing is melee. It is not just melee, it is melee, heavy melee, and parry. So all these three, not only three, like, there are separate elements for melee, right? Like melee charge and melee lifesteal. These elements actually add more complexity to the game. And not only that, there are melee resisting items, There are certain items that actually give melee resistance. So again, this just adds more complexity, right? And also right now, the melee animations of heroes are not that good. It just feels a little bit more abrupt. But I think in the future, like the final version of Deadlock, we will see some really smooth animations for parrying or for attacking, right? Like again, my favorite is Lash's kick. That again, they are really funny. And also Ivy's just gun punch, which is really fucking funny. Also there are boons. Again, these are all passive things. Like this just happens behind the scenes. Players will not even notice. It just feels really natural. Again, a casual player does not even need to understand what are these boons and what they even do. But again, they feel so natural because as you level up, you are actually gaining a lot more powers, but you don't know, you don't need to understand it. But if you are thinking about playing competitively, I think this is better to understand. Of course, all mechanics needs to be understand if you want to play competitively. And also the levelings and souls, again there is a lot more complexity. And again, when we think about it, let's go back. Like in the mechanics section, we can actually see a lot of things. All of this, right? Like especially the movement, even though it is really easy to understand, it is really hard to master. And there are so many elements in Deadlock that are again that feel really natural, and they are really better when compared to other games. But of course they are quite complex when you actually go in depth, and that is really exciting. It's just it is not trying to completely simplify the entire gameplay aspect, because I think at that point it is not different than Counter-Strike at this point, right? It is just a glorified TF2 basically. So I'm really glad they're actually adding new elements to the game. And again, it is similar to TF2. They're actually adding story and lore aspects and comics, really exciting stuff in the future. And it is honestly really insane to think that Deadlock was just released in April 2024, almost 1 year from now. Not released basically, it was in closed alpha in April 2024, and it was released into closed beta in August to September basically. And it is insane that in just with just being in closed beta, it was able to reach 170,000 concurrent players. And I think if it does release into open beta, which I think it will happen in this year, I think it is going to reach massive numbers. And not only in terms of success, but I think in terms of all the new things that will be added. Again, even though I want to take all of this with a grain of salt with what Deathy have shown us, I mean, come on, dude. Like this is so much proof that like Valve developers are actually cooking behind the scenes. And I get it. Like maybe it is not good to believe this. Maybe I'm being so much excited and keeping too much optimism. Maybe it will just lead to disappointment. But I don't care, because I think this is exciting. Even if all of this is false, I still think what Valve is going to do in the future is still exciting just to think about, and what the potential of Deadlock is. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about Deadlock and how exciting it is. And again, it is insane that a closed beta is having this much discussion in the community. So really excited. Again, it is just once in a lifetime, right? Like very few times we see we are actually in the same timeline basically, where the game is actually being developed and we are actually seeing it grow. And that is really exciting, honestly. So yeah, if I actually mumbled a little bit too much, and I'm really sorry, but if you like these type of videos, then consider liking and subscribing. I make gameplay, not gameplay but game videos, and also anime and entertainment related videos. If you like these type of things, then please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate your support. It would mean a lot to me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Also please like this video if you enjoyed it. Then and that's it. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care and bye.